Hello friends, before I start this video, I wanted to take a moment to say something. We all know this last year has been particularly hard on everyone. And those who've been a friend of the channel for some time know that I don't show a subscribe star or Patreon or anything of that nature. I work a day job and I do this in my spare time because I enjoy it. They also know I've got a massive soft spot for animal rescues and shelters. I try to help it as much as I can in my own right. I even design prosthetics for amputee animals on the side. But as shelters and rescues often rely on donations to get through, and we all know this year and times are tough. So instead of asking you for support from my channel or anything like that, I would ask that you consider, if you're in a position to consider donating to Carter's Forever Rescue and Sanctuary. Full disclosure, I am loosely affiliated with this rescue. I have done work for them in the past. That shouldn't change the fact that rescues and sanctuaries change the lives of many, not just for dogs, but for people too. And with recent hard times, donations are getting harder to come by. So even if you're not in a position to donate money, please, just sharing the link is more than enough to get the message out, and that all these links are in this description and the pinned comment down below. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and the dogs do too. Enjoy the video. Have a good day. Pale Blue Dot by E.S. Wynn. One Ferris meteor. That's all it took to end it all. That little world. They put up a hell of a fight. Far more than any of us expected. When we arrived in system, they were too busy organizing tribes in a massive attempt to wipe each other out to notice us. Hell, I think we were in orbit before anyone down their planet side even tried to talk to us. Worlds with life that primitive, they're everywhere in this galaxy. That world's life was nothing special. We all thought it was going to be really easy to wipe them out and clear the land for colonization. But they turned out to be far more resourceful than any of us imagined. We followed standard procedure for the first wave in. Big, scary colony ships perched over every major city on their little world. Posturing. Just lots of posturing. Surrender yourself or die. That kind of stuff. Some of the tribes gave in immediately, but the biggest ones stuck it out, called our bluff. It isn't often that a world that primitive stands up to us like that. Usually they see the futility of their situation and they lay down so we can kill them without losing any of our colony ships or equipment. Not that world. That world was ruled by the dangerously insane. Even before we threatened to subjugate its people in a bloody and destructive conquest, the disparate tribes were already beginning to band together. We were already working on joint projects, rushing prototype weapons into large-scale production. Usually when we come in, we fire the first shot. Not this time. This time there was no warning shot. This time they came at our colony ships with swarms of sleek, glossy interceptors, all remotely piloted. Didn't even leave a scratch on our colony ships, but their attempts to drive us off were amusing to watch. I think that's why our president decided to throw the meteor at them. We had the power to wipe them out with minimal effort. Hell, we could have killed them slowly, sterilized them all with a flash of gamma radiation, and waited for them to die off. We're immortal. We could have waited 100 years, 200, whatever it took. I've had VR game sessions that lasted longer than that. No, that big rock was meant to be flashy. It's meant to get their attention. It did too. One impact, one big city, and they all put up their hands and surrender. It took about a month to skin their brains, digitize the entire planetary population, and stash their collective data into the cultural archives for the academics to pick over and play with. And that was it. That was how the whole thing ended. We moved on after that, picked another target and set a course for it. That planet didn't matter how fierce of a show the primitives made when we came in. In the end, it's just another hunk of rock, just another world in the bucket for the good old United States of Earth.